Habit 1. Cultivate daily self-examination. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Marcus Aurelius. The foundation of virtue begins with honest self-examination. Before we can act virtuously in the world, we must first understand our own motivations, biases, and weaknesses. Self-examination isn't about harsh self-criticism, but rather clear-eyed assessment. Try setting aside 10 minutes each evening to reflect on your actions. Which choices aligned with your values? Where did you compromise your principles? Don't judge, just observe. Habit 2. Say no to the inessential. If you seek tranquility, do less. Or more accurately, do what's essential. Marcus Aurelius. We must learn to set boundaries and eliminate the unnecessary. Our lives often overflow with distractions competing for our attention, making it difficult to focus on what truly matters. Our character development. To develop courage, justice, wisdom, and temperance, be intentional about what you allow into your life. Before accepting new commitments or purchases, ask, does this help me become more virtuous, or does it distract me from what matters? By creating space in your life through strategic elimination, you make room for the essential work of developing your character. Habit 3. Develop rational thinking. A good mind is a lord of a kingdom, content with itself. Seneca. Rational thinking is the cornerstone of virtue. By cultivating reason, one gains clarity to distinguish what is within their control, that is, thoughts, choices, from externals, circumstances, others' opinions. This discernment prevents emotional reactivity and allows for wise action. You practice rational analysis by asking 3 questions when facing any situation. What aspects of this are under my control? What virtues can I exercise here? What would the wisest version of myself do? This mental framework shifts focus from external outcomes to internal character. Habit 4. Practice forgiveness. Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. Seneca. Seneca's words highlight the transformative power of forgiveness. Holding on to resentment not only harms others but also corrodes our own character. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or excusing wrongs. It means releasing the emotional burden they carry. Forgiveness is about freeing ourselves from the toxic effects of resentment. When we hold on to anger, it consumes us, making it harder to act virtuously in other areas of life. Practice forgiveness by recognizing that everyone acts from their own limitations and ignorance. When wronged, try to see the humanity in the person who harmed you. Reflect on times when you've made similar mistakes. This doesn't excuse their actions, but helps you understand them as flawed humans like yourself. Forgiveness is a process, not a single event. It may take time, but each step toward forgiveness strengthens your character by freeing you from the chains of resentment. Habit 5. Associate with virtuous people. Avoid fraternizing with non-philosophers. But if you must, be cautious. Epictetus. Epictetus's insight hints at how our social environment powerfully influences our character. The people we regularly associate with help to set our standards, reinforce our values, and model behaviors we tend to adopt. Look critically at your social circle. Do they inspire you toward greater virtue? Do they challenge you to develop courage, justice, wisdom, and temperance? Or do they normalize complaining, ethical compromises, and the pursuit of empty pleasures? Remember, virtue cannot flourish in toxic soil. Seek out relationships with those who demonstrate the qualities you wish to develop, who hold you accountable to your highest self, and who value character over external success. This doesn't mean abandoning those who struggle. Compassion is itself a virtue. But it does mean being intentional about who influences your thinking and behavior. Habit 6. Practice daily acts of courage. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Cleanthes. Recognize that courage manifests in both dramatic moments and daily choices. Courage isn't just facing physical danger. It's facing psychological discomfort for the sake of virtue. We all encounter situations where the right action feels uncomfortable. Speaking truth when a lie would be easier, standing up for someone being mistreated, or simply acknowledging our mistakes. These small crossroads of character appear multiple times daily. Challenge yourself to one small act of moral courage daily. Maybe it's having that difficult conversation you've been avoiding, admitting a mistake, or standing firm on a boundary. Each time you choose virtue over comfort, you strengthen your character. Over time, these small acts of courage compound into a transformative force, making previously intimidating situations manageable. Habit 7. Embrace voluntary discomfort. To make a goal of comfort or happiness is to set oneself up for failure. Seneca. Building on courage, Seneca is asking you to be mindful of focusing on life being easy. Many unvirtuous actions stem from our attachment to comfort and our fear of discomfort. We lie to avoid uncomfortable conversations. We act dishonestly to maintain financial comfort. We compromise our principles to maintain social comfort. By intentionally practicing discomfort, whether through fasting, cold exposure, simple living, or other forms of voluntary challenge, we prove to ourselves that discomfort is survivable. This liberates us to make virtuous choices even when they come at a personal cost. Start small, take cold showers, skip a meal, or sleep on the floor occasionally. Notice the freedom that emerges when comfort no longer dictates your choices. Habit 8. Practice gratitude daily. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. Epictetus. Most people struggle with constant comparison and desire for more wealth, more recognition, more possessions. This endless wanting creates a sense of lack that can justify cutting ethical corners. Once I achieve X, then I'll focus on being virtuous. Break this cycle by establishing a daily gratitude practice. Each morning or evening, identify 3 specific things you're grateful for, not just naming them, but feeling the gratitude. Include both material comforts and opportunities to exercise virtue. Perhaps you're grateful for the patience you practiced during a difficult interaction, or the opportunity to be generous to someone in need. This practice retrains your brain to notice sufficiency rather than lack. Habit 9. Serve others without recognition. We should give as we would receive, cheerfully, quickly, and without hesitation, for there is no grace in a benefit that sticks to the fingers. Seneca. True virtue isn't self-centered, but finds expression in how we contribute to the common good. The challenge with service is that our egos often get involved. We serve to be recognized, appreciated, or to feel superior. This corrupts the virtue of the action by making it transactional rather than principled. Practice serving others in ways that cannot be recognized or repaid. This might mean anonymous donations, picking up litter when no one is watching, or supporting causes that will succeed long after your lifetime. These actions train you to value virtue for its own sake, not for its rewards. Habit 10. Practice mindful speech. Let silence be your general rule, or say only what is necessary and in few words. Chrysippus. Chrysippus recognized that our words reveal and shape our character. Mindful speech is both an expression of virtue and a path to developing it. In our hyper-connected world, we're constantly prompted to share opinions, react to news, and engage in conversations that may not serve our highest purpose. Before speaking, pause to consider, is this true? Is this necessary? Is this kind? Does this serve virtue? This simple filter eliminates much harmful communication. Practice periods of intentional silence, perhaps an hour daily or even a full day weekly, to reset your relationship with speech. As you develop this habit, you'll find your communication becomes a powerful expression of wisdom, temperance, and justice, 3 of the 4 cardinal Stoic virtues. Habit 11. Focus on the bright spot. Even after a storm, the sun will shine again, its light undimmed. Seneca. While earlier habits focused inward, this one directs our attention outward to the opportunities for virtue that surround us. Many fall into negativity bias, focusing on what's wrong with others, situations, and the world. This perspective blinds us to opportunities for virtuous action and drains our motivation to contribute positively. Train yourself to identify the bright spot in any situation, the opportunity for virtue, the person who needs support, or the problem that needs solving. This isn't naive positivity, but rather strategic focus on where you can make a virtuous difference. By directing your energy toward opportunities rather than obstacles, you'll find countless daily occasions to exercise virtue, reinforcing your understanding that virtuous action is the highest form of human achievement. Habit 12. Correct yourself regularly. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. We conclude with Marcus Aurelius's view that the highest response to any situation is the virtuous one, regardless of how others behave. Everyone makes mistakes and falls short of their ethical ideals. The difference between a person of character and everyone else isn't the absence of mistakes, it's the response to them. Many either deny their errors or become discouraged by them. Both responses prevent growth. Establish a regular practice of ethical self-correction. This isn't self-flagellation, but honest assessment and recommitment. When you notice yourself acting contrary to your values, acknowledge it without judgment, identify what triggered the lapse, and create a specific plan for handling similar situations in the future. Each correction is an opportunity to strengthen your commitment to character over convenience, to principle over profit, to virtue as the true measure of success. If you've enjoyed these timeless insights, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe for more ancient wisdom applied to modern challenges. Which of these habits will you begin practicing today?